Hello and welcome to yet another video on Peaceful Weekend Investing. My name is Shivendra Bhatia. Today we're going to cover a, a topic which probably most of you may not be familiar with, or probably you think it might be something not in your domain. How do you invest in US market if you are based in India? And also I'll be covering up a particular stock or index which is, in my opinion, should be in your radar, because it is definitely can give you a very good return in coming weeks and months going forward, and also for the long term you should have that in your radar. We're going to do a complete technical analysis for that particular index, and also I'm going to share with you what did I talked about for SPY, which is another index in US market, and where exactly it is today after almost a year, and why I think the charts are important and even for the long-term investing. So let's get started. It's going to be a slightly longer video, and please, I request you don't skip any part of it. If you think you don't have lack of time, you can always increase the speed and make it in 1.5x. YouTube gives you that option, because that way you can at least don't miss the important point. Watch the video till the end, because every bit which I'm sharing here is important, and so please don't skip that. So let's get started. So this is the video which I have recorded a while ago. Okay, I'm gonna make you listen this video just less than a minute, but it is gonna really help you understand the context here and also why I'm saying, and then I will do a detailed analysis as well. So this video is this video which was shot, which I recorded almost I think I forgot the date, but it should be close to a year now, and it was about SPY when it was breaking down. Okay, so let me play that video for you. View on SPY, which is a US market index, and again, still it's 8 days to go, but I think what is significance here is the big bearish candle so far. And I don't want to give any predictions, but nobody can predict what will happen in 8 days, but it's just an observation which I want to share. Is this candle, which is in my view most likely will close below the previous month low. Again, I can be wrong, but what I want to share is, if you go back 21 candles, and you can see on my screen here, none of time it has closed below the previous month low, except once, which has happened with small candle there. But if you see these two big red candles, which are the March and April of 2021, sorry, and since then market has been going one. So that was the video. Now let me now share with you where exactly we are now, and when I recorded this video, what was the situation. So right now it's in trading view chart, and I'll take you exactly where I recorded this video so that you have a better perspective. Let's go back, and it was around one. At that time the SPY was 437.98, so that was around this one, 437.98. right? So around this period is where I recorded this video, which was this big candle, as you can see here, right? And after that, what do you see here? What do you see here? You see here the, for how many weeks it has been already going in the downward channel, and the channel which I've drawn here. So just imagine the power of technical analysis even for long-term investing. If you're doing SIP on this particular SPY, and a lot of people do that as part of the passive investing, you could either stop that and wait for a turn, and basically enter in lump sum, or you could basically increase your SIP if you think that is what you believe in. But what is important here, message I want to give you, is that when things go in downward trend, you have to understand that it is very powerful, because we had a big rally which came in here as part of this, which you would have enjoyed, and now you almost lost all the gains. So it's always good to take the profit home and then re-enter again. If you slightly understand that, I know it is not everyone's cup of tea. I'm not saying you should take any, I'm not giving any kind of advice here, but what I'm trying to give you here is there's always an opportunity to look at that, how can you improve your returns, because after all, you're investing your hard-earned money and you want to compound it. And so if it simply putting this, the moving average of 21 days, which is 21 weeks, which I follow because of the Fibonacci, and you could see that is breaking down, and previously never, if you this particular part, this bar has broken down heavily and has never happened in the past, that itself give you conviction and condition that okay, it's time to take the profit home and let it first convincingly close above, and then we can re-enter. After that, see, 1, 2, 3, and now it's making fourth attempt. So all the attempts were above that failed. And now what is important for me is the this level, which is more important. Let's do a quick analysis here. So if you see from here to all the way here, we got 115% rally. That was a COVID low to the COVID top, and then it gave up all of that low from almost 26% or 30%, from 479 point and to 354. But again, this story which I'm sharing with you, and this is just a factual thing, but you can apply this in any place, any investment you're doing, whether in whichever market, right? And just sharing with you the analysis because this can help you in your journey. And more so, let's now look at the now that's the analysis of SPY, which I want to tell you, because at that moment in time I didn't knew in hindsight what will happen. But given that I have a strong conviction in terms of the way I do long-term investing, of mixing, blending both technicals as well as fundamentals, and try and take the position. At this point, when it was in downward trend and you were trying to buy any positions, any stocks in US, you would always have a probability very low that it is doing well, unless otherwise there's a huge story there. So if it is in downward trend, even though your long-term position or a short-term trading will have a challenge, and when I say short-term, I'm talking about 3 weeks to months and couple of months trading. So that is, and these are times where you have to capitalize on if you have a strong conviction in any stocks to pile up on, because that's where you get maximum alpha from long-term. So now let's come to the index, which I think you should have in your radar, and I'll explain you if you are, because most of my viewers are from India as well, and myself being from India as well as living in Australia, investing in US and other markets, I try and help other fellow investors how can they diversify in international markets and also take benefit from various other markets as well, because that's where you can get maximum alpha and also leverage on those companies which are not part of Indian exchange at the moment. So this is the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is exchange, and I used to work for Nasdaq here in Australia, but and there's no representation or advice. I'm just what Nasdaq gives you, but I'm just trying to share what exactly the index is doing. Okay. Now, same story here. If you compare with the SPY and this, there it was also a top, and after that it went downward spiral altogether. And Nasdaq has been had a big fall. Basically, all the gains you given from COVID low to 155%, pretty much almost on the verge of finishing up, and like almost given gains of 37% back to the market. Having exited on the top, obviously nobody knows what is top and bottom, but some indications can help you increase the probability of taking those profits home. Now, same thing is being shown here. If I draw a line, let's do this. Just a minute. Let me draw a trend line. So this trend line. So you can see it is in downward spiral from there, and it is making lower lows and lower highs. Because this is lower highs, this is lower highs, and this is lower low, this is lower low, in a way. So all of these lower lows has been arrested, and you can see here, if you look on the daily chart, you will see something. Um, let's go back to weekly. I think that's better, because then you'll see less of. It's kind of making a double bottom, and its formation is happening. As you can see here, the double bottom is this is one bottom, and this is another bottom where pin bars are there. And now it's, if it closes above this, then above this horizontal line of 12154, then we can confirm that double bottom is being made. And double bottom is also a bullish sign for any index. But what is important for me is to see that it closes above this trend line and above this horizontal line, to see the trend has changed. And Nasdaq is one which is completely beaten down, and this gives you a good opportunity or entry opportunity, and for somebody who's looking for long term investing in Nasdaq. And you might have another question, that how do you invest in this particular index and participate in the rally? And mind you, the Nasdaq has some amazing companies as part of its portfolio. And Motilal Oswal in India provides you this Nasdaq 100 ETF, which is most share Nasdaq 100 ETF. It's right now in front of you, which I'm sharing. Again, I don't have any vested interest. I'm just sharing you so that you can get a picture here. As you can see here, the return calculator, right? Return calculator is, it gave 800% rally. Let me enlarge a bit so you get a better picture. Is the since inception it has given 800% rally, and since last 10 years 500%, last 5 years almost 100%, last 3 years is 46.99, and last 2 years has been almost no return. So whoever entered 2 years ago right on the top, or before that, will be sitting absolutely with no returns. And last 1 year it has been 20% down, but last 1 week it has gone 5%. So obviously it is showing some sign of reversal. But again, Nasdaq has most of the technology company or companies which are part of that list, like for example Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, Nvidia, Tesla Motors, Facebook, PepsiCo, Broadcom. So there are so many of them which are as part of the Nasdaq ETF. So please keep in mind that was a concern why it is going downward spiral, because it was already gone up a lot, and secondly there was always been a recession concern for those companies, and there was a lot of liquidity available which has been changed based on the inflation. And so because of these, also liquidity is also sucked out of the market. But couple of points which is important for you to understand from a technology sector point of view is, one, US will be going into election year, and obviously stock market plays a very big role in US market. If it is in downward trend like this, the most of times it is not considered as a good vibe for election years. So from them, because the participation of US individuals in stock market is very high, and all of them like to go make sure the stock market is also on rising up when the election year is there. Again, I'm not predicting anything. I'm just saying that could be one of the possibilities, that stage is all set for US market to start a rally. And secondly, also, if inflation is arrested and there is the recession which is being predicted may not be, it might be short-lived recession, then in that case also you will see a sharp bounce back. But again, for me, chart is sacrosanct, and we should follow charts, because that gives you all those theses into play and action right in front of you. So, and as you can see here, when it was started making higher highs, you could have a full confidence that smart investors are basically aligned here. But when you are right on the top, when you see this big, that's where the news are so positive. So you should start exiting. So I'm trying to make you smart investor by participating in this particular rally up in the air early and again, and sharing my analysis. I don't want you to, take any decision or buy sell. Please do consider your financial advisor. But if you think my analysis is correct, and is there anything you want to add, do put in the comment box below. Or you think that there is something more to it which probably can help other investors and myself. I'm looking forward for your comments below this video, how you think this video could help you in your analysis. Love to hear the comments, and I will personally respond to that. But that's all I want to share with you at this point. And if you're enjoying our content, first of all, thank you for watching this video till the end. And if you're enjoying our content and you think that you want to help us, do consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and do share with your fellow investors, so that like-minded people can be part of the Peaceful Weekend Investing community. It takes a lot of effort to put this content up, so you can appreciate it by giving a thumbs up to this video as well. I keep coming up with more videos like this. I will meet you again in next video. Till then, I'd say goodbye to you, and have a rest of the week, a profitable one, and peaceful weekend investing to all of you. Bye-bye.